Hello, Happy New Year, first of all. Thank you for being here. So, today we're going to talk about the books I've been reading, what did I purchase, and so on. So, one of my goals for the New Year Eve was to buy less books. Technically, so far, I've been doing that. I have not purchased a single book. But I've been receiving books that I purchased before 2024. They are being delayed or something like that. I'm still waiting a couple more. I'm still going to purchase Goldsboro novels up there, or because I have a subscription, Broken Binding as well. And I'm awaiting a couple of books. Two are very short issues of Old Moon Quarterly. They are basically sword and sorcery kind of journals with a couple of 100 pages. I'm also waiting for Mountain of Fire by Jason Cordova, and I'm waiting for one Warhammer 40k novel that I'm going to receive probably Monday. I believe it's going to be Monday. Not 40k novel, sorry, my mistake. It's The Last Volari. It's Age of Sigmar. So basically, I did purchase some Warhammer 40k novels. Let me show you. Because, well, some I will miss. This one, The Hand of Horus, The Hand of Abaddon, I was missing it. It was the last one I was missing. So this one is I purchased because I didn't have it, and now I've purchased a couple of more because my goal is going to be to sell a couple of books to earn some more money, and I've purchased this one, Lords of Nocturne, which it has the 4 novels published by Nick Kime, Salamander, Friar Drake, and Nocturne. Then it has like a couple of anthologies or short stories and audiobooks. I believe it's Fires of War, Fireborn with audiobook, and so on. So everything is here in this mammoth book of short letters, and I'm going to sell my 4 independent based mass paperback novels that will probably fetch me $100 pounds, sorry, for these 4 novels. They are very expensive, to be honest. Then another goal is going to I've purchased this one, God Eater Sons. The goal is again sell my hardcover edition because I'm seeing that it sells for a lot of money alongside with The Last Volari. And these 4 is because I have special editions, and imagine that I don't like one of them, I don't want to keep them. I will sell because they earn money. Okay, that's basically it. I'm sorry, but time is difficult. One is Agron, the Red Angel. The special edition usually sells for £200, give or take. To be honest, it's probably one of the most beautiful ones that I own. I don't want to sell it, to be honest. It's this one. It's very beautiful. But if I have to sell it, I will. It's basic. Unfortunately, money is becoming a bit short. The other one is Shadow of the Eight. This one, the special edition, doesn't fetch that much money. To be honest, it's below the price that I paid, so I'm not going to sell it so far. The Fall of Cadia. This one. This is also a special edition. Is this one here? So the biggest one. This one has 100 pages. Oh my god. And then finally, Creed Ashes of Cadia by Jude Wright, which is this way. Okay, so these 3. Okay, these are the 4 ones that maybe I sell it, maybe I don't know. Then, what did I receive? I receive, not receive, I don't receive, I buy. I buy Can I? Sorry, don't know why I'm keeping. Can I? By Dave Dobson. I have heard. I wanted to read more sci-fi this next year, and more sci-fi mixed with horror and so on. And this one looks like it's a gem on that regard. So that's it, one book. I always I became interested a bit on the lit RPG, and I don't have that many. I have like one, which is the most. I believe they're making now even a book bought by Thor. It is, where is it? Dungeon Crawler Carl. Everyone knows about it, but I want to see more of them, and I purchased this one. Okay, Defiance of the Fall, very beefy. It has like 11 books. All of them are beefy, like this one. But I will try and see what I feel about it. Next one. This was a promotion, so I bought the two of them, both in hardcover. This is James Lovegrove, the Sherlock Holmes and the Sussex Sea Devils, and Sherlock Holmes and the Miskatonic Monstrosity. This is the second and third book on the Cthulhu Case books. There is one more which I have in paperback, which is the Shadowwell Shadows, and yeah, I'm going to try to, because Lovecraft, it's always my go to in terms of horror. So that's it. Now, I recently found that there was going to publish a couple of novels by one of my most interesting writers. Not because I have not read anything by him. Well, I've read one book by him and I love it, but not everything is like that, which is Charles L. Grant. And so I purchased a couple of books by him. I have purchased the first one, which is this one, The Horror of Oxford Death. I'm going to read this in January. And then I went ahead, and before reading that, I purchased everyone. So I've got The Last Call of Morning, The Blondwin, and The Grave. This is all in the same universe, the Oxford Station novel. There are more. I believe there are, let me check, 8 or 9 or something like that. Unfortunately, I could not find one of them. The Sound of Midnight is not published by Macabre Inc., which is very unfortunate because this is the second one. I know they are not connected per se besides the story, but it's a shame because I wanted to have everything. I will have to buy elsewhere. Then I purchased a trilogy he made. All of them are like 160 pages or so. And they all have different kind of horror stuff. For example, The Dark Cry of the Moon, you can see it's dedicated to werewolves. Then we've got The Soft Whisper of the Dead, which is vampires. And then The Long Night of the Grave, which is mummies. So yeah, those are the books I purchased from him. Then more, wow, 4 more. One is Richard Oshman, We Solve Murders. I've been interested in reading more mystery this year, and I've been reading nice reviews by this guy, so I went ahead and picked it up. So it was like £7, so yeah, good price. And then I received 3 more books from Broken Binding, which I was awaiting them, to be honest, in January. So last December, early January. So yeah, and this is Shina Miaville, Perdido Street Station, the first one. Very beautiful book. To be honest, it's signed by the author, as you can see there, and it has a beautiful. This is a very beautiful book, to be honest. I had the books in paperback since they came out, like in 2000 or something like that. But these are very beautiful, and altogether, this is the artist is Les Edwards, which is one of my favorite writers, and these books are amazing. I love paintings. Um, sorry for the intermission. The third one is Iron Console. Again, all three are very, very beautiful. Yeah, so that's it, the three more books. So these are the books that I've purchased or in the last month and I received today, or again I'm missing a couple of them. Besides that, always go. So what am I reading and what I've read? So in terms of I've read a couple of books. To be honest, I read 4 books so far in 3 days, counting 31 of December. The first one was Fruit, which I read in an hour and a half or something like that, because the book is like, from James Cooper, is like 70 pages, and I gave it 45 out of 100. I didn't enjoy the book as much as I hoped. It's fantasy or kind of stuff, but it's neither, and it's both. It's very strange. It's about a girl that is being bullied and is being neglected by the mother and so on, and she finds a guy, a friend, that it's not a friend, to be honest. He's like, it's very strange. He's not a friend, but in the book it says, in the back cover says a friend, but it's not a friend because he threatened her and everything, so I don't know. And then you have like some parts are the bad guy's perspective, a bad guy which is kidnapping people and gets some kind of attention of the girl because he see her being beaten, probably connects with her, and that's it. The story it's not an interesting story, to be honest. I didn't enjoy it all. I'm not going to say what I didn't enjoy more because it's going to spoil, and I don't want to do that. To be honest, I don't see many people reading this. It's not a very common available to everyone, but whatever. The next one, I gave it 85. It's Conan the Barbarian. This is a Sprague de Camp and Lynn Carter novel based on the movie with the same name, of course, Conan the Barbarian, which is the first one, where we meet Sabutai and we meet Valeria, and it's very, very, very identical to the movie. There are some parts that were not in the movie, and that's the goal of these adaptations, unless you can read the movie, you see the movie and that's it. So there are some parts that are not in the movie. We can feel more about the relation between these 3 characters, about Conan and the other 2 characters, and those 2 characters to Conan. You can see the driving force behind Conan, which is in the movie it's not that perceptible. We see more about the story about the Sumerians, the surrounding areas of where he lives and where he stays, because in the movie you know that he's being kidnapped and put into a slave, and then he fights in the arena, he gets famous and so on. Here is more developed, that part, so you see more about him and you learn more about him, and that's the interesting part. Don't forget that Charles Sprague, not Charles, what is it, Charles Sprague du Camp was the force behind We Know Conan, basically. So if you don't know, Sprague bought the estate of Robert Howard or something like that. He discovered some stuff that has not been published. He wrote with Lynn Carter, and by himself he wrote and finished some parts. He also then put that books he sold that books and sold other books by other authors in the universe, and he made Conan what you do now. If you know about Conan today, like for example, you know that August Derleth was the force behind H.P. Lovecraft. You will not know about H.P. Lovecraft probably if it wasn't for August Derleth, and this guy is the same about Conan. So there's very value in that. 85 out of 100. Then Call of Cthulhu by Go Tanabe. This is a manga adaptation of the same story, Call of Cthulhu, and I really enjoy it. This is very good. H.P. Lovecraft wrote this novella, but it's kind of slow, which means slow because, well, it's written in 20s. The pace was different back then and back now. Nowadays everything is very rushed, I believe. More rushed, not rushed, more rushed. And here in the book it tries to develop more the characters, the story, and so on. It's less. It doesn't move that fast. Okay, so it's a guy telling a story that happened and so on. Here is the same thing, but due to the animation, it brings forth some image that you know and you see in the movie. Sorry, we imagine in the book. Okay, here's Lovecraft, Cthulhu, not Lovecraft. And I really enjoy. This is a great companion for if you read the novella, then read this. I believe it will enhance your love for Call of Cthulhu. I gave it a 93 out of 100. And the last, but well, so far it's not a list, but yeah, it's the Once Yellow House, Gamma Amor, Roma, Gamma Amor, which is a novel written in I believe it's called the mosaic stuff, because it has like some chapters are just transcriptions, some chapters are audio descriptions, and some chapters are just diary entries by this person, some police information and so on. So basically this is a woman telling a story about a cult that happened in a yellow house. Yeah, there was yellow house, and she's trying to find the only surviving member, which is Hope, which was married to this guy that people thought that he was a god. Okay, and of course he had some stuff that is very weird and very godlike things, but and people worshipped him. Then something happens, and all of those people died, 300 and something. And so this tale is about her trying to find out what happened to this cult and why it happened and so on. So the vast majority of the book is basically the author trying to explain stuff about the connection between religion, between art, mathematics, and so on. So feels like a bit of erudite is the word, I don't know, probably work on that connection that exists between art and religion and so on. So that part was cool. Unfortunately, it removed a bit of the horror elements. Then last 50 pages is a blur. You can read it in a blur because it's fast paced, because it starts happening stuff. So if you want a slow burner stuff, you learning as you go, this is a good book for you. Sorry. Sorry. If you don't enjoy that kind of stuff, I don't think you're going to like it. To be honest, I didn't enjoy the book as much as I hoped. I hoped so much that I purchased this book I believe in November. I want to read it now because I really had high hopes about Lovecraftian horror, but it was not Lovecraftian horror. It's like more body horror. It's more a thriller or horror about a woman being in a relation that was very, very bad for her. Okay, she was suffering. There are some elements that I really didn't enjoy at all where she was going, the author, about the men stick together and so on, but then the vast majority of characters are not men at all. It was a very crappy woke stuff. I don't enjoy that. Um, Now, what I'm reading. I'm reading Descent of Angels, the Horus Heresy novel, the sixth book on the Heresy novel. I'm in 76 pages, so just in the beginning, a quarter maybe, less than a quarter. And then I'm reading this one, all black. I'm kidding. It's The Murder on the in the Holy House by Denzel Mayrick, and I'm currently on page 189, and I have 360 pages to go. I'm really enjoying a mystery novel set in December, set in the Christmas time. So I started reading in the 25, then I stopped reading other stuff, but I'm going to finish this in a couple of days. I have more to read. I probably will not finish this one this next week because I want to get it slow, and I'm going to read a couple of others between. Oh, I did receive some other novels I didn't show, so sorry. It was Pulse by Jeremy Robinson. It was Instinct, again by the same author. These all are from Jeremy Robinson. And Threshold. Two more. Human After All and Mirror. So these are the 5 books I received from you. So yeah, I receive a lot of books. So that's it from me. What I read, what I received, and so on. I really hope to continue to do this on a weekly basis, but I don't know. It's going to depend on my mood, I guess. But so far I'm enjoying what I'm doing. So that's a plus. So thank you all for being here. Have a great weekend.